My name is Julie Leutschaft. So I work in HR and I'm part of the critical incident safety management team. Our world was rocked to its core when our eldest son, Kiefer, took his life. Kiefer passed away at 2:36 a.m. on October 3rd. And at 3 o'clock, just totally bereft, I called John, who has been my partner, John Wolkenhorst, who works in our behavioral health department. I called him at 3 a.m. He answered the phone on the first ring, and he provided grief counseling for my family. And I'll never forget that. And so many of my coworkers came to a celebration of life, and every day for months, we had a hot cooked meal, hugs, cards, flowers, texts. When you face a personal tragedy like that, we were just so broken. I'm just very blessed and thankful for that gift.
My name is John Wolkenhorst. It was very honoring to work with the family, help them understand what they were feeling, trying to normalize those emotions, identifying they would be different amongst them, and to allow for that space. I think it's being there, and be there for the long haul. It's not uncommon when something like this happens, the loss of a loved one, that there's a lot of support at first, and then over time, people kind of start to disappear, fall off the side, whatever. So be there from the beginning and just be there for the long haul. It can be simple, minor things of food, doing dishes, taking out the garbage, pet sitting, just minor things that when you're overwhelmed, just add to feeling overwhelmed. And if you can help with those, that's great. And you don't need words of wisdom or advice. They're typically not asking for that. They just need your support. There's help out there, there's resources. Locally, Central Oregon, the 3 counties on their websites, their public health websites, have lists of resources available. Nationally, there is just a phone number that has been approved, 988, that's a crisis and lifeline number. You can dial it directly or even text that number. I think what's really important is that our mental well-being starts with us as individuals. We need to practice self-care. It's somewhat like the airplane analogy of when the oxygen mask dropped down, you need to put yours on first. If we're not in a good place, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, we may not be of the help that's needed. We need to take care of ourselves and then take care of others.
It's been a little over a year, and we're trying to turn this incredible pain into purpose. A lot of people that suffer from mental illness are struggling in silence. There's a stigma, and we need to break that and start talking about it and get people help. I believe that everyone has a God-given right for mental wellness as well as physical wellness.
I'm Shiloh Shaw-Tippett. I'm a clinical psychologist and a member of the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs. At the age of 16, I tried to take my own life. That experience for sure gave me a true heart for people who are struggling with suicidal beliefs. It just really drove me to want to help people who had been in the place of despair that I had felt when I was 16. When you're feeling very depressed and hopeless, you can't see that in a few years, things are going to be very different for you. Or maybe it'll just be a month or 2 before things really turn around. If you could fast forward and see the huge impact you're going to have in the world, to see how things will turn around, how maybe you'll have children, or you'll have a job that you just can't wait to get up for. Being able to have hope for the future is hard to do when you're depressed, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It doesn't mean that your future can't be bright. It just means you're not able to access it right then. We're all in this together, and we can all fight this together.